Hello world, welcome to the health panel. My name is Samantha Charlton.
I'm Sheridan Smith.
And I'm Sheridan.
It's gonna get us every time.
We find his name very funny.
Why did you decide to do a detox in the first place?
I decided to do a detox in the first place because I'd been sick many years.
What kind of sick?
Energy sick, actually.
Okay, yeah.
So,
Lack of energy.
well, it was always, doctors always said I had tonsillitis, okay? So, along with my tonsillitis, it got worse and worse as I got older. Headaches, sore muscles, lack of energy, so spending a lot of time in bed. They were the general side effects how it started. Time in bed would be spent with a bucket next to my bed. It's quite disgusting because I couldn't actually swallow, so I had a bucket to spit into. Being a young teenager and early 20s, always having to have a nap in the middle of the day, and then spending lots of money, lots of time living on antibiotics, being at the doctor, decided to get my tonsils out, and I thought it would solve everything. And it didn't solve anything. The side effects didn't come back as strong straight away, but a couple of years later I was back to the same bedridden self without my tonsils.
So is this your second year in detox at the moment, or?
Yeah, so last year, same time this year actually, I did my first detox, and I'm in the middle of my second detox.
How long do your detoxes run for?
Well, generally, you can do a 2, 4, or 6.5 weeks, and I ran a 9-week detox last year.
A lot of people might have I have a preconceived thing about detox. Oh, I'm gonna starve myself on my favourite stuff and all this type of stuff.
Yeah.
Is it about that? And how are you gonna do it? How does it? I'm sure your head space goes into haywire during it. How's that whole experience?
The general thing about the detox is stripping everything back to the basics, working out what's going wrong. For me, what's going wrong with my health, and then being able to add things in slowly. Veggies, no potatoes, fish, chicken, turkey, no shellfish. So there's heaps of different variations.
No gluten, no wheat.
No wheat, no gluten, no dairy.
Yeah.
So stripped it completely back and worked out what I could add in and what my body could tolerate.
How else does your body cope with it? Do you go through an emotional cleansing or anything as well? Obviously a good question.
Yeah, the detox, absolutely. I've been told by my naturopath that I deal with it probably the harshest out of all her clients, so it impacts me a lot emotionally. It always tends to bring out issues at the time. Because there's nothing to hide behind. As far as food goes now, when I'm not on detox, I don't eat wheat or dairy. My body can actually tolerate a bit of dairy, but too much, I'll get pains. Wheat, I can't eat wheat.
Did you take that away from your first detox?
Yes.
Do you think at the end of this detox that you might again carry out some more into your day to day?
In general, I've just cut out breads. And bulked it up with, as you would know, I bulked it up with a spinach or beans or something like that.
Something to alkalise it.
Yeah, so that's how I've counted that. I haven't been to the GP in about 14 months now.
It's unreal.
I haven't had antibiotics. I haven't taken a Panadol. Well, that's a lie. I've probably taken about 2 or 3 Panadols since my first detox. So I haven't been sick. I haven't been in bed. I've taken probably 2 nana naps.
Have you had any tonsillitis symptoms at all?
I did. I spent 5 days in Spain actually, and it was very difficult to avoid wheat. Eating tapas, there's wheat there, so I could feel it in my throat, and I knew once I got out of Spain, I was back in the UK, and I could then shop it and be able to read the labels and all that sort of stuff.
That was actually really interesting because 2 weeks ago, Sammy, myself and another friend Sarah did the run for the kids, and you're not used to gluten, and you wrote on Sam's blog what was the title of the thing post run? Anyway, it was something to do with after the run, and I noticed that after the Sam finished the run, we were all walking through the drink stand and they had nice fresh grapes there.
Yeah, this is
And
true, actually.
and I was like, yeah, cool. Because I'm not on any diet. I was like, yeah, cool. I stayed in this and I said, Sam, you want some grapes? She goes, yeah, sure. And after you finished a 14.5k run, you want some grapes.
Oh, bad.
Of course, and nice cold grapes. And then we're all scoffing down grapes and then Sam's like, oh, my stomach. And that was a really quick onset. Like, I didn't realise it. Because I haven't cut gluten out, and literally we're walking towards Richmond within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You can feel the onset.
I've been on dates and accidentally eaten wheat. I mean, yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
Not ideal.
Not ideal.
I have just not this question, but a statement off topic, but we'll probably lead on to another one. You said you hadn't been to a GP for 14 months.
Yep.
And
I used to spend a lot of time there.
On a previous episode, we were talking about turning into vegans, and you said you hadn't been to a GP in how long? Since turning into a vegan?
Pretty much, yeah.
I haven't been to a GP in 3 years unless getting vaccines before going overseas.
Okay.
So that's just interesting. We'll touch on that a little bit later. How many weeks in, at the moment are you?
That's an excellent question. You know, the first detox I did, it completely rocked my world, and so has this one. But I counted down, and I had in my diary 6 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, and I was like, far out, this is painful, how am I going through it?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know how long is left on this one.
That's
I know I've been doing it about 5 weeks, and I know it's going to be about 6.5.
What do you... Sorry, okay.
Are you doing it easier this time? Like you said, after the last detox, you cut out wheat and gluten and dairy, really.
Yeah.
So you'd be finding the transition a little bit easier this time, would you?
It's easier in some aspects, but then it's easier to be slack because I also know
You know the
the
loopholes.
information so well, and I know the loopholes.
Yeah.
And my body's great at tricking me and
Yeah.
making me eat stuff that I want to eat. Once you get into the phase that I'm into now, which is the liver detox, you actually stop craving the alcohol and the things that affect your liver. So I drink this supplement and actually...
Yeah. What supplements are you taking? Like, are you taking regular vitamins and minerals every day and tonics?
At the moment, because like I said before, it affects me emotionally. I'm on a mood herbal remedy, and also some it's basically all just liver supplements at the moment, so liver detox and flushing out.
Now, there's a lot of things to think of when doing a detox as well. One of the biggest things actually is when you finish your detox. A lot of people are like, I've just done a 2-week detox, or however many weeks you've done, and go out and splurge and eat 2 bars of chocolates. And it's like, well, really, you've undone all the work you've just done.
Don't mind that.
Those mood swings we were talking about before. she hasn't taken a tonic today.
Like I said, with the liver detox, that's what starts to turn you off things. And you remember at the end of your detox how much money you put in and how good you feel. Yeah. So you're a lot more strict, and so you don't just result back straight away.
There's a lot of things, like there's a lot of diets and detoxes out there as well, so it's really important to research them thoroughly. Going to see a naturopath is a great way. Yeah.
I wouldn't do it by myself.
Yeah, cool.
There's no way. I mean, I've got a good support network of friends and stuff like that. Yeah. But there's no way I could do it by myself. Yeah. Emergency visits. Normally you go see the detox, the naturopath every couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. But I've already had one emergency visit for this detox. Yeah.
And it's a good measurement tool as well. When you are doing something like that, it can also work in the other direction as well, and be worse for you. So a lot of planning is involved, I'm guessing.
Definitely a lot of planning, and I think the best advice I can give is choosing the time you did it. Okay. I probably didn't choose the best time this time around.
Don't do it around Christmas and New Year.
Well, no, just planning. I had the run for the kids, 14.5k, slap in the middle of it, which was probably not best for me because your energy levels do go down in general.
It's also right to say that because there is so many detoxes out there, that people should do their research and find which one's best suits them and their lifestyle and their needs.
Yeah, definitely.
Is detox something you're going to be doing annually or regularly? Or?
Yeah, I'd like to maybe do a couple a year.
Yeah, just the way it makes you feel afterwards, I guess. Well, you've seen the results in yourself.
Yeah.
The money, I guess, you save on doctor's visits, antibiotics, and those antibiotics are costly on your body too, you know.
Yeah. I'd never taken a probiotic
Really?
before I saw the naturopath.
Yeah.
So I probably started taking antibiotics for tonsillitis when I was about 10 or 11 years old.
Yeah. Now we all know what antibiotics does, but a probiotic actually, because what an antibiotic does is it kills all bacteria, good and bad, pretty much. So the probiotic puts back in the good bacteria.
Yeah.
To sustain the healing.
So I should give you my time span on that. So I was 11 when I started the antibiotics, and how old was I when I did the first detox? 24.
Yep.
So that's 13 years
That's a lot of damage.
with antibiotics, no probiotics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Very interesting.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And I was to a point before I did my detox where I could no longer have fun with my friends. They saw me, I'd duck out to bed.
Yeah.
They'd be playing, if we were all as a group and we were playing big activity or something like that, I'd duck out to bed or I'd just exclude myself. And that really hurt because I'm a player. I'm a player.
Sounds good.
I'm a player. No, I like to always give my 100% and join in.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And I wasn't being able to do that, and that's probably what hurt me the most. And it hurt. It hurt me that I couldn't have the fun with my friends that I was used to having, and they couldn't be around me at my best.
Well, you went out on Saturday night, had a massive night, but with no alcohol involved or drugs. Just
I've danced for 4 days. No, 4 days. I meant to say 4.5 hours.
Which is really cool. I guess the other thing to think about as well is, yes, I think that antibiotics sometimes have their place in the world and for healing and medications and things like that. But I'm pretty sure there's nearly always a natural alternative.
Yeah. Pain meds. For broken bones, I believe in.
Yeah, there's there's exceptions to every rule.
So we're not saying, don't go to the doctor or don't go to the hospital when you break your eye socket.
So don't give me antibiotics. Don't say that.
But I'm just talking about general living. I was living on the things. Like every day.
A book I'd like to leave you with today that I suggest that you maybe invest with. I've got one on my shelf, and it's really good for when you're doing detoxes or you've got body cravings and you want to understand them, just want a greater knowledge. It's called Laugh with Health. I'm not actually sure. Did I say laugh?
Laugh.
I did say laugh. Good. I meant laugh.
Laugh.
It's laugh, as in heart. Laugh with health.
That's so good.
Well, the details are on the screen anyway, even if I can't say. Pretty much what it does is it breaks down each individual food. So beetroot's in there and it tells you what minerals and vitamins in it. And so if you are craving, beetroot, for example, there might be a reason in there. It also gives you some natural remedies for things. So if you've got cramps or your immune system's down, things like that, there's a lot of different ways that you can fix your body in a natural way first before you might need to seek some doctor attention or whatever you want to do. You guys need to be the judge. I'm not saying to do whatever, but this is just my point of view. And so Laugh with Health is a great book to understand it. There's a lot of things in there that I don't think you should read it all for gospel. I think you need to go in with an open mind, but it's just some great content in there for the vegetable, there's legumes and all that side of thing as well in there too. Great book to check out.
Cool.
Nice.
Anything you want to add, Janesh?
No, I'm just intrigued. I'm intrigued for the whole detox thing. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in.